Bitcoin is a bank in cyberspace. Monetary energy, ore of the earth, doubles every year. Listen to my words. Selling doesn't hurt. Selling is absurd. It's like cutting off your wings, but you want to be a bird.
Alright guys, what's happening? How you all doing? I hope you're all keeping well. I've made a few updates to the streams, so they're gonna look insane. I've put a little live chat at the corner so you can see what's going on. Also, there's a little XP thing. Can you see on the left there's a little XP on the top left corner? Well, the more you subscribe, the more you're going to be able to defeat this, right? So this is like a little target thingy. So if you subscribe, or if you comment, I think there's a few other bits and bobs, but whatever happens is on the left corner you can XP down. So the more people that come and subscribe to this channel, the more you're going to bash this and more it's going to XP up. So this should be interesting. Also guys, if you're here, please let me know what the audio is like, because I'm running a little station on the Discord, and I'll show you what I mean. Right, so we're making everything awesome here. Look, we're doing this. Discord is going to be the best Discord on the planet, I'll tell you this right now. So we've got music, we've got music channels. So this is like private music channel. You've got the public music channels as well. It doesn't matter, the commands are the same for everybody. Right, there's loads of updates here, loads of different things. You can see, members, how many members we've got, and it's growing. It's only been a few days, right? You'll probably see something different to me, but ultimately it's still here. And if you have any issues, you can always DM me. I'm definitely there all the time, most of the time actually. And I've got sections for you to paid members and everything, so if they have any questions. Also, you guys will always get priority if you contact me directly. But all I need is somebody to like, whenever you come on board, you know who you are. Just either put your YouTube username as your nickname, or just DM me and let me know who you are, so I can upgrade you to this level, right? And also, I haven't updated all the links on YouTube yet, but I will definitely do those things and get everybody up there, so you can come in and see all of these crazy stuff that's going on, right? And I'm still working on it, guys. By the way, just forgive me if I got something wrong, because this is very new to me. I haven't operated a Discord server before. This is actually my first ever Discord server that I'm operating. Whereas in back in the days, for example, I'm on plenty of other servers, which is fine. I've used it and this and that. I'll go in there, put a message or an image or something, but I've never ever actually run my own thing. So do forgive me. And you can see I've automated a lot of stuff here. So when you're here, for example, we get news updates. So what am I talking about? Let me show you here, for example. So if you come here, you'll get automatic news updates, anything relevant. And also, all you have to do is, if you look bottom here, you'll see when it says advertisement. An advertisement is something that's been paid for. So when you see this, you know it's just a hype. There's probably nothing real about this. It's an advertisement, okay? So make sure to double check this. This stuff here is news, okay? So when it's news, it's news. When it's not news, you can see. So this is paid, this is not paid. So the bot will continuously update people with the latest stuff, and it's a good way of a way of digesting little mini bits, and you don't need to go search for it. The information is given to you. So those are really cool. And also, I've seen other users having a nice little laugh or blast or double checking the charts. Basically, they don't need to go and check it. They can just update it here, which has been quite interesting and awesome as well. So you can see this person here, Bobby, he's been smashing it. All right, so this is awesome. Go for it. Keep on doing it. This is what this server's for. Right, as I said, any problems, let me know. So without making this talking about this too much, let's go into one specific question, the subject that we're on today. So where's the brother? Where is he? So he asked me something today. He came on and he said, where is it? Let's find this video, because he posted something. So there you are. Morning, SD family. And then he asked me a simple question: do we know when Eth2.0 is coming out? And you can see my little reply. The bot will announce it on the chats and latest news as soon as we get the official update. But what I wanted to do is, just in case you can't track those and you need to see the official news, well, I've got everything ready for you. I'll even try to post the link below. Right, so all you have to do is literally go to the Ethereum org. So you can see here ethereum.org. So this is the ETH Foundation. You can go here and check out all the information regarding Eth2.0. So just to kind of go straight into this, if you don't have time and that's all you wanted to come here for, you can see every single research and development post that has been done. They have been posting updates pretty much instantly, right? So this was the last update here, was done on the 25th of August, and you can see what the story is there, right? So you can see the Altair edition, right? Of that, you know, probably that's how I'm pronouncing it. So 1 second, let me just. Okay, so sorry. I've got some crazy stuff going on here. I'm trying to find the chat. Give me a sec. Right, there we are. So, yeah, what we got is basically, so this was the update. And the update, you know, too long to read. They've even, like, kind of made it a short little snippet. You can see whatever the Piedmont upgrade successful, scenario testing underway, Prater upgrade scheduled for September 2nd. So there's an upgrade coming, and there's loads. Remember, these are funny names that they give to each upgrades, right? The major upgrades get those London or like major city names, right? And then when you got the minor ones, they get all of these crazy updates. So that's what you're going to see basically. So there's loads more, guys. There's loads more updates. They're probably going to be maybe sometimes 2 in a month, right? But they're not the biggest news. They're just kind of paving the way until Eth2.0, right? And you can always go and read this stuff. So remember, here you can go to their blog as well. This is the official Ethereum Foundation blog, and you can see this. So when somebody comes up to you and says to you, oh, Eth2.0 is launching on that day, well, no, if this says it's launching on that day, then it's launching on that day. This doesn't say anything about Eth2.0 launching on that day. This says there's an update coming, which is the Prater upgrade scheduled. So that's all it is, right? And as you can see, it's to do with the mainnet, to follow road to Altair. So basically they're following, this is like, you know, as I said, paving the way to get to there. And you can read all of this, like every single update is here. So your best place is not a social media, it's not a influencer. Your best place to go to and actually check these kind of information is actually the Eth Foundation. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so go and check those stuff and see what happens, if that actually helps you. You know, I hope this does, and everything should be okay from that point onwards. Well, I believe at least. Interesting. I just noticed something, guys, because I haven't been monitoring, and I just realized something for you. I just noticed something. There's a bit of an echo, so hopefully this echo is now gone, and everything should be a little bit better now. Because I just realized, I was like, hold on, what's going on? Because I had my audio switched off in the microphone, so I wasn't really monitoring, and then I realized that there was an echo. So I think it's sorted out now. And also the music was playing at full blast. So I hope it's sorted that out now. Okay. Also, let me see if I can sort one other thing out as well. Give me a second. Okay, so I think that should fix it now. Yeah, this should fix it out. It should fix the whole thing, hopefully, without any issues. Yeah, this should solve the problem. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, that was weird. That was very weird. Yeah, because there was a bit of an echo and I wasn't happy with the echo. So now you can have the music and everything as well. So, of course, let's see how this works out. Let me know if it's too loud or anything like this anyway. But let's go back into this, right? So you've got this particular, what's happening. So you can see many updates, and there's probably going to be another 100 more, right? So remember guys, information, you want to come to blog.ethereum.org, right? That will have all the information there for you. You can see every single information. This is posted by the official people, so we know that we can accept this to be the 100% information, right? Not somebody else, right? So not someone's opinion or any kind of a thing. So this is where you need to be. That's all I wanted to show you, just quickly get that over with. It's a common question everyone keeps on asking, right? When's Eth2.0 coming? Well, you can just double check here and you've got your info. So don't rely on people telling you random dates. Those are just assumptions, and most people are just trying to hype you and this and that. So avoid all of that stuff, right? And now let's go into crypto and have a look at crypto and the whole market ourselves, right? We'll have to actually also look at the Ethereum 2.0 as well, and just kind of see. So we know that staking rate constantly going up. People are still staking constantly. You can see phase 0 success, right? This was already done anyway, so you can see a lot of information here as well. You can double check crypto quant and just double check Eth2.0, and you'll get all the information. So far, look, Eth2.0 is a huge success. Everyone's on it, everyone wants to do it, so super success. I'm not going to go too much deep into this, right? But let's have a look at you can see, this, when it's leaving, this is not entirely leaving into people's accounts, if that makes any sense, right? This is more kind of going into Eth2.0 and staking and everything. So it is leaving the exchange, that's for sure. This is definitely an exchange outflow, right? Exchange is losing the reserves because it's going into something else. So this is what this is showing. This is why it's constant. It's been constant. BTC, we talked about it, where we had this little spike, right? And I wasn't happy with this spike, but so far it seems to be calming down now. It's going back on a downward curve. So yeah, give it a few days, maybe even a few weeks, and we'll see what happens. I mean, if you look at the smaller time frame, like here, for example, we can check the hourly time frame. You can see that we had this massive spike, a few hours ago, and then it started coming down. So you can see how this works, right? It's just started to calm down, so which is good. This is kind of indicating something positive for us. Do you know what I mean? So this is the price, and this is what's happened basically right now. So we had this little dump spike coming in where people wanted to dump it, and now it's back here. Awesome. Right. Where were we? Ethereum is fine. We did that. We're looking at Grayscale. Now this is what I saw on Grayscale, right? So whenever we see BTC premium being very low on Grayscale, I have to be honest, this is for us, it's not a good thing, right? But whenever we see BTC premium prices come back up again, we know exactly what the market's doing. So let me explain to you how BTC, the Grayscale BTC works, all right, or Grayscale Trust works. Okay, remember, they're not an ETF, they're a trust. Whenever you see discounts, you know that that the investors or people who are buying these shares are not bullish. So then what Grayscale does, makes it cheaper. So this is 15% discount than the actual market price. When there's a pump in something and there's more demand, the price goes back up. And you can see here clearly demonstrated how Ethereum prices are starting to move back up, right? That's only because this is more demanding right now. People are demanding this more. In fact, LTC, look, people are demanding this. BC8, people are demanding this. But ETC, there's hardly any demand. This is why it's like you can buy this for 33% less than what the market value is. So for example, today, if we go to the market and we look at LTC, let's have a look at LTC. And I'll just give you a good example of this. $65. You can pick this up for $40, right? Or $41, $42 on, what's it called? On Grayscale, right? Only problem is obviously you can't sell for next 6 months, but that's a discount, right? So that's what you would get as an institution, obviously, but this is something not people do. So this is a good indicator as well. We do use this as an indicator. I was looking at VPVR, looking at the, let me get it back onto candles. And this is my 200-day moving average. And if you look carefully, I mean, we had a perfect kind of a bounce around that area. And I'll show you a little bit more about this. And remember, this is our traffic zone that we need to break above. So this whole purple area indicates how much traffic we have. And we do have a lot. There's a lot of resistance around here. And we've been building a lot more in the last few days, if you look here. We just need to break above this, and then we have no resistance. So this particular 49,885, as soon as we can go above this, we can continue the race, right? But we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit, right? So let's go into another chart. This is the chart we were talking about yesterday, and you can see the 200-day moving average again is there. But I was actually observing this this trend line. Now, we were looking at this trend line, and what I want to do, I want to make it a little bit cleaner to show you this trend line as well, because it seems to be fascinating, right? So let's do this. This trend line is respecting this 200-day, and also we've got our golden cross coming, and the date is kind of changing as well. So I think we had like 16th, and now it's showing about 15th or something like this, but it's all here. So yeah, have a look at this and see where that goes. So that's quite interesting. The other one was this one here, again same thing, but what I want to do here, sorry, this is the same chart, this wasn't the one. Let me just double check. Yeah, this is the one I wanted to show you. So this is the one that tracks the Gaussian channel, right? You know, and we track and we say, okay, how far is this going to go? What is it right now, right? And we know that whenever we enter this, it's like, you know, that's the end of the market. So this one here, we can see on a weekly, it looks very positive, and that's what I wanted to show you here as well. Also, I wanted to show you one other thing here, and this is quite fascinating. Fascinating. So you see how the you know, you can track the RSI, obviously, right? And I'm going to make a video on like basically what things you need to look out for if you want to sell the market. So if you want to sell, anytime you want to sell, what are the 3 rules you must follow? 2 rules actually, but I'll add another one there. 3 rules to basically decide to sell, and how do you decide to sell, right? So and I'll do that video on another time. So right now what you've got here, you can see the weekly, right? I want to show you this because you've got the weekly here showing at, okay, it's peaked up, blue's coming down now, and you can see this here, blue wants to come down. Okay, that's the leading indicator, it wants to come down. Fine, we know it's going to come down. So far, you know, we've peaked out. Anything above 80, we've peaked out, right? So we need to come down. Fine, overbought. We look at it on a daily, and I'll show you daily. Daily again is down. As long as the blue line is down, leading is bad. What we want to see is basically the blue line come up above the red line and move back up again, which is fine. It's going to do it in a few days, but this is just daily. This is where it kind of goes crazy. This is where it goes crazy. Did you just see on the monthly what we've just did? So on the monthly, you can see how we're basically, the blue line now is leading back up again, but it's not 100% bullish. This is a good zone. When we come into this 40 zone, right, and I'm going to look for the 40. I know it's set up on 3070, that's just standing setting, right? If we come back into this 40 zone, from 40, right, to say about 75 is going to be an excellent profit taking zone. So what the idea is, we want to get to about 75. That's when we want to exit, okay? And then if we like take our initial out, and if we want to hodl a little bit more, we can hodl and see how high we go. But this is overbought, extremely overbought. This is why we dumped down. So this is very interesting, but it's not going to happen in a single day. Remember, this is just this month. It's just the opening of this month, and it's been positive, and we did talk about it. In fact, this kind of coincides with what I did on another chart, and I'll try and show you this chart, right? Because I have talked about it. I think it's this chart. Yeah, it is this chart, right? Let me put it on the daily, and then you can see what I mean, right? Let's get rid of the GC. Yeah, look, on this chart, we put it on this chart. We specifically said, no, it wasn't this guy. Oh, my bad. I've got the dates. That's why I just want to show you the dates, because we did do the dates. I mean, we're kind of bold enough to do the dates, where compared to other people, they probably won't, right? We had a reversal expected on the 18th of October. Ed, audio is echoey. It's awesome. All right, let's do this again. You should have come on earlier, bro. Why is audio echoey? We need to figure that out, right? Give me a sec. Okay, tell me if the audio is echoey now. Let me know. Hi, Yemi. Nice to see you on the thing. Also, I don't know if you noticed, right, on the bottom left corner, the chats are showing up as well. All right, KR, tell me now if the audio is better or not, please. Let me know if the audio is good or not. Okay. Yeah, please let me know, because there may be a few settings I need to just configure, and then we go from there. But let me know if the audio is any good or not. So yeah, right. Let me know if the echo's gone. That's what I want to know. I just want to know if the echo's gone. Nothing more. The other stuff doesn't matter. I just want to know if the echo's gone. Right. Because I did realize it earlier on, but I'm sure I switched it off. Just double checking if it comes back on again. But let me know if the echo's still there. Okay, let's not waste time on this. Let's move over to what we were talking about. So yeah, I mean, we did expect to see this reversal expected on the 18th of October, and what we're expecting is basically this monthly candle, right? So this monthly RSI, stochastic RSI, basically to start flipping over. Do you know what I mean? So this is going to be very interesting. I mean, this chart, you can't see the accurate data because it is a lagging chart, but here you can definitely see a lot more, because this one's much more up to date and it's pretty instant. So we can see that it has flipped over. It wants to move forward, right? Everything is good, and you can see this is 3 months in a row. So we've got 1, 2, 3 months in a row where we've opened up green. So you see what I mean? So when you look at the monthly, right, we've just created you know, a lower high here compared to this, obviously, but then we've created a higher high here previous month, and now we've opened up as another higher high as well on a monthly, guys. You know how powerful this is, right? So this is something that I'm looking at. I think this is kind of awesome, right? It should be very, very cool if this candle could come back here. My god, can you imagine what it would do? It would just be insane, right? But do you know what? Those moves are coming. It's just got to be, you got to be patient a little bit. Very, very patient. It's definitely coming. But if you look at this, right, we did say expected around the 18th of October, and we're still on target, and I haven't changed any of this chart. It's still the same chart, same numbers, same dates. So we're going to leave this here, obviously. Now let's move into something else. This is going to be crazy. I mean, look at this. Look at what Ethereum did. Look at what Ethereum did. And you all know that since we were in this range, I've been mentioning that Ethereum is going to do some insane move when it breaks out. And look at it. I mean, just it's just insane. I don't even know what to say anymore. But do we change our targets? No, our targets are exactly the same. Our target is still up to this $4,993. So, you know, let's see. It might take a few days, maybe a few weeks, but we might get there. We might even see a few pullbacks. But one of the best part is, you see this area here? I was looking at this area here. There's actually nothing there. The only area of resistance I can see is the previous all-time high, or close to the previous all-time high. This $4,000 level. This is insane, right? This $4,000 level is the only other resistance we have. Other than that, there's no other resistance up until the all-time high. So if we can push past this, we're off to the races. And these are very small resistance, very, very small. There's hardly any resistance there. So it should be interesting. I'm looking at this and I'm like, wow, okay, I can see some power moves coming, you know. And we know this because we can also see the volume, right? We can also see the volume, right? It's all volume supported as well, you know. So this all makes sense. Like, you know, when you saw this pump come in, you saw this, you know, the volume also reflected. All right, awesome, bro. Because I think there was something wrong with the setting. All I had to do is switch off 1 or 2 items. But this is insane. This is good, right? So let's see where it goes. I'm still bullish. Now, coming back to one thing. Remember a few days ago, I was having a little bit of a fit when someone was talking about this people are going to be dumping their Ethereum to buy their buy some more this coin or that coin or Solana and this and that. Remember we talked about it. Well, does this prove my point? Do you know what I mean? So why would you sell your Ethereum when Ethereum's what? The hypocrites have changed their tone right now. Now they're talking about how you can be in this and you can pump 5k. Do you know what I mean? Same hypocrites, right? So you know who I'm talking about, KR. So it was hilarious how basically same people a few hours before they made a video, they say I'm dumping all my Ethereum, and then a few hours later they changed their tone, because that's what the fact is, right? They really don't know where they're going. So I'm not going to make this any longer. This is cool, right? Let's go into Solana. Now where is SM? If it's here, where is this lazy, right? Yesterday he asked me how low, what was the correction, and remember I told you the correction will take us to $103. It's on yesterday's video. Go and see. Look where we got rejected. I'll even put it on the thing. If you look at this level here, if you look at the numbers here, look at that low, this L, when I put it on that candle, 103.14, bang on the dot, exactly as we predicted. This is what happened. Well, we didn't predict it, we actually did it on the, what do you call this, we used the Fibonacci to calculate this, but this is exactly what we got, bang on the dot. We were maybe off by a few 1 or 2 cents. This is what happened. But as I said to him as well, I said this correction is going to be a very micro correction because of how Solana is moving, and already Solana is still trying to do what it needs to do. And yesterday we had a target, remember day before yesterday we had a target for $129, where we actually met our $129 and we went to $130, right? $130. So you can imagine, like, you know, it's all doing its thing. This is on another level, I'm telling you, it's on another level. So this is what you need to understand. Sometimes just don't follow the hypes, guys. I'm just trying to keep you calm here. Don't follow the hypes. You got to understand what the market is doing. You got to understand the momentums and everything, and say, well, look, if the market is doing this, why would I go against the market? Right? You don't want to be against it. Whatever you do, do not go against it. That's what all I'm going to say to you, right? So what's the scenario right now? I mean, how far? What was the next target, right? Let's have a look. So we can use this particular data. We can, as a short-term data, right, we can use this and say $144 would be the next target. If we did come down for a correction, we would come down to the $97, right? I don't think it's going to happen because of how, as I said again, momentum, right, is the key. So you look at this area here. In fact, for us to get the facts, we need to do this, and we'll put it here. And you're looking at this. And one thing you've noticed also, do you notice how I've got my moving averages here, right? So you can see the 50-day and the 200-day, and you can see how they're in order. That's the 50-day, that's the 200-day, and you can see how it's in order, and it's way above that 50-day. Do you know what I mean? Go for it. Your question, go on. Oh, no worries, bro. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know if you're watching it in the beginning, because I'm watching it. Sorry, we're quite far actually on the video. I don't know if you rewind it or something, but yeah, it's definitely there. Your question is there. But look, the facts, as I said, just go to Ethereum.org. That's where your facts are. Anyway, Solana, look at it, it's on a rip. So what's the worst case scenario we could expect to Solana, right? So say for example we have this thing, and then we have this major dump, and remember what I said yesterday, like we could expect a minimum of 50. We might come down here, and if we start measuring this and we say, okay, what's the, let me get another tool actually. If we measure this and we say, okay, we went all the way up there and we came down, and if we did do that, what you'll see is it's always going to be that 50%. You see what I mean? So it doesn't matter how high you go, it's always going to be that 50%, right? So the curve now has done something so good. So even today, if we had a major dump and we come onto this line, look at this 49%. You don't make this stuff up. This is exactly how it works. It's all mathematical. Remember, whenever somebody asks something and they say, well, how high can it go? We don't know. And when we say how low can it go, we always expect 50%, right? And if the curve is in a good way, then it's awesome. And obviously the more tighter it stays to this, the more dangerous it is, right? So again, we do have other fundamentals involved in there as well, right? So if something is too tight, too close to this, then you're at a lot more risk. But when you leave this, right, leave this curve, leave this trend line, and then start moving up, well, then you have bigger corrections, but it's a lot harder to get to these. You know what I mean? You need a black swan event to come down to this, right? Other than that, it's just going to keep on going parabolic and keep on moving up, wherever. But ultimately, remember, it's always going to be 50%, right? Minimum is always 50%, and it's to do with the trend line, and the gap could close. As I said, if it's more tighter, then the gap does close. So for example, I know some people are going to just probably put one like this and say, well, look here, we've got a tight. It doesn't matter if you put one here, if you put one on the other line, because guess what, when we go here and we will come back down here, it's always 50%. I don't know how it works, but I told you I'm not really good at maths, but this is something that's insane that I've seen every single time over and over again. It's always 50%. So that's what Solana's doing. And I have said yesterday as well that we're expecting Solana in the near term, short term, to go up to $200, and probably on the long term, and if this market continues and if the pump continues, we could even go all the way up to $400. That's what I'm expecting. Anyway, let's have a look at the market today, because I know I did bring some of the stuff up for you. I want to show you this 200-day heat map. and I want to show you one thing here. So you see how we went from green, like orange to, or lime to green to, you know, aqua to green, bluish. Like we kept on going down into this darker zone, which is good. As I've always said, this is very, very good. Now what you realize is, look, we're starting to get back into this lighter zone. So you see from a dark, we went back to light. So we're heading into this light zone. This is an indicator saying the market is heating up. It's getting ready for that parabolic move. And that's what I was warning everybody about. But be careful, because that parabolic move is coming. We just don't know when. Looking at the market today, right? I want to look at the shit coins, because there's 11,548. So we had almost another 50 or 60 in the last few days. It's ridiculous. It's blatant scam. Market. If you look at the market cap, you can see that how we're basically pumping up. So we're at 2.13 trillion, right? 1.4 actually, according to them, because we're closer. Yeah, that's fine. You can see the volume is coming back in. 126 billion dollars, right? Volume again is awesome. When you look at the market, you can see who the market leader is. I mean, look at this volume here. This is almost 50% of this, almost, right? And I remember many times, can it do this? Of course it can. If we can pump, you know, 100-200 billion dollars into BTC, well, why can't we do it into Ethereum? Do you know what I mean? And can this ever be number one? Of course it can. This can be ranked number one, but number one only means how much money is in here. Is it going to be easy? No, it's going to be a little bit harder, because it has 117 million coins compared to 18.8 million coins. So you see what I mean? So, but it can be there. There's no harm. I've mentioned this once before as well. Can Ethereum go to 10k, 20k, 50k? Yeah, absolutely. You know, any coin could pump. But there are some things preventing it, like Ethereum's inflationary model, where Ethereum prints more and more coins. There is no fixed ratio. There's no fixed cap. That's Ethereum's problem. Or Ethereum by now should have been in the region of about 20-30k, in my opinion, if they put a block on it, you know. So let's see where that goes. I mean, this is where this one trumps everything, right? So it's not about anything else. This one did one thing. They made 45 billion. I mean, compared to 117 billion, right? So it's a lot more coins. But they did do one thing. They gave it all away in the beginning during the ICO and everything. So all of that was gone, sold. And this is the total supply. So we know we're never going to have anything more than this. And this gives this one a massive chance. Obviously the number's too big, but it does give it a massive chance. It gives it an opportunity to go and pump and go to another level. BNB, same story. BNB started off with I forgot how many million, and they've been burning and burning and burning and bringing it down. Their target is to bring it down to 100 million. So they have a deflationary model. They said until we get to 100 million, we're going to be keeping burning, and then after 100 million, we're going to fix it. That by default gives Binance the opportunity to go to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 coin in the future. But I'm not going to give. This is not financial advice, but this is what it is, guys. This is the opportunities that you have. You know, Solana is following the Ethereum's model. So Solana again is going to be similar to Ethereum. But one thing you have to look at Solana, and this is the key to Solana, is only few months ago. You see this market cap, and let me see if I can. It doesn't work. Yeah, I can't see it. But only a few months ago, right? Only a few months ago, we were sitting here. We were sitting at about, I think it was 10 or 15 billion dollars, right? 10 or 15 billion dollars. Look where we are now. Market cap, $33 billion. So, you know, people talk about, like, has it got a chance to go to $300, $400, $500? Well, yeah, because all Solana has to do is match where it is now. Right, so we know currently it's at $100. If it matches Cardano's market cap, right? If it matches Cardano's market cap by volume, right, and gets to this level, well, it's already 3x from where it is today. So has it got a chance? Of course, and it's been climbing. It's been ranking up non-stop. I mean, if Dogecoin, where is it? Here, Dogecoin, right, could have almost that 70 or 80 billion at one point. I think it was like almost close to 100 billion at one point. I don't see why Solana can't do it, right? Talking of Solana, here's another one, competitor, Polkadot. Look what it's been doing. It was sitting around, hovering around the $20 billion mark, and look at where it is now, $29 billion. So you can see it's money's coming in, and as long as these projects get the funding, with more attention, that's what I'm going to say, attention, they do start pumping up, and eventually when they get to these levels, there's no stopping them, and you can just do the basic maths and see what the price is going to be at that time. So this should be interesting. Uniswap got a massive pump yesterday. Right, Uniswap massive pump yesterday, so that was insane. Again, look where it is. Look at these numbers. Just follow this. So obviously we use the same data, the market cap, as our ranking system as well. But I'm telling you, right, they all have an opportunity to get, even a quarter value of Ethereum. 100 billion, problem solved. Cardano 90, close to 100, problem solved. We can then say, well, Cardano has a quarter of the 25% of this. You know what I mean? We can just kind of round it up like that. So that's what's going on right now. It should be insane. This year is going to be one of the most insane. There's things happening that we have never seen before. So when people sometimes say, this time is different, and we talked about this the other day, many things are different. Many of these coins are doing different stuff, which they didn't do before, right? The market's reacting completely different. We've never had, in 2017, during the parabolic rise, I think we had about 2,000 or 3,000 coins, but now we've got 11,000. And I've clearly mentioned the other day as well, I said we could even see 100,000 in the next decade, the way it's going. And also, some of this you got to understand is like when Cardano launches its smart contract, well, you'll have 100 more on Cardano. It doesn't mean they're 100 unique. They could be 100 of these ones now launching another chain here as well. Hello. Okay. Tamil Gamer asks, will other crash and XRP SEC? What happened? XRP SEC is not finished yet. All right. I like his monkey thingy. Okay, XRP. Let's have a look. XRP SEC. All right. There's a lot going on. Let's see. Let's find 19 hours ago. Let's have a look at this one. I don't follow XRP because it's just a whole bunch of nonsense. I'm not a big XRP fan. Okay, so I'm not going to even bother reading this, right? So I know what's going on. You know what XRP did recently? So XRP recently got their lawyers, and what they said was, if you're going to blame us for being a security and you're going to do this and that because we sold our coins, then every other token on the planet, every other cryptocurrency that has ever sold, including Ethereum, must be also liable to pay fines and everything. So what they're trying to do is, why are you targeting us and not target everybody else? They're trying to play that game, right? It's like, we're going to go down, we're going to take everybody down with us. Do you know what I mean? So that's what XRP's been playing, which is kind of disgusting. XRP founders have millions of coins on their own wallet. They've sold millions of coins. They've dumped millions of coins onto the public. The fine SEC wanted to just close the case. XRP could have easily paid that and got it done and over with. But XRP is dragging this. It's not a big thing. XRP is making this worse, right? So they're making a big issue out of it. And ultimately, listen, one of the most important thing is, one thing you have to understand, free media is the best media. So when you got a story, it's always going to be the best story, right? You can actually sell it as free news. So you get a lot of attention because of this, right? And, look, I'm not against it. I'm just not a big fan of it. You know what I mean? But here, look. Let's have a quick read through anyway. Judge Sarah Netburn has scheduled a telephone conference for today. Okay, fine, very good, whatever. Has argued its internal documents, which include the agency's discussion over the nature of XRP and Eth, are protected by the deliberative process privilege, whatever. So now they don't want to give the internal documents. The reason this internal document discussion came in was to do with the fact that they were discussing amongst themselves how to kind of distribute and sell the coins, and all sorts of how to make money, right? So the whole process wasn't a thing. It was, they were creating a project with speculation, and that's what SEC wants. SEC says anything that can be speculated must be a security. Dismissed before by the judge 2 times already, and the court considers those documents relevant for Ripple's fair notice defense, right? Okay, but look, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm not even holders vow to max out call conference. This is ridiculous. I mean, you got the army over there. I don't really want to even go into this, but ultimately, listen, XRP is not going to go down. Anybody who's buying XRP will always hold XRP. If you're in XRP thinking it's going to go back to these prices, then you got to be really careful. This was the previous all-time high. And this is exactly when the XRP founders decided to dump most of the funds, most of the coins onto hodlers and holders and bag holders. So please do understand, be careful. From here, we got to do a 4x to get to there. 4x. And that's not even it. XRP, and I'll show you this, right? How down XRP was. Let me bring one up here, actually. Let me get this chart and I'll show you what I mean. So obviously a lot of people are coming, they're coming onto in the market and seeing XRP and hearing some news and how great it is and how this is and how that it is. But there's a lot more going on, guys. All right, and I want to show you what's going on here. This was the peak when XRP dumped, and at the bottom XRP went down to 10 cents. Look at the number on the right. It went to 11 cents. This is 2020. It went to 11 cents. And that had nothing to do with SEC. SEC started around here, right? So from where it was to where SEC started, it already was about 45 cents. And then it kept on going down until 10 cents because they dumped, right? Remember, these guys, the founders, they dumped. So anyway, 10 cents. From 10 cents, we've climbed up all the way up here because the market took it up. It's fine. There's no harm in there. Remember, XRP is also valued with BTC. So a lot of the times you can actually exchange it for BTC and XYZ. So a lot of people are doing this. And that's what's going on. A lot of smart money is doing this, right? Anyway, 10 cent coins. So we went from 10 cent to currently, where is it? To $1.20. That's already 120% or something. No, not 100. That's 10x, right, from where we were, the market bottom, and we're expecting it to go back to this price. And when we look at this chart, we're thinking, is there a hope? Maybe, but what if the cycle ends here? Are we ever going to go back to that price? So what I always say to people, look, buy at whatever price. It doesn't matter if you bought it here, you bought it here, you bought it here. Great. Just don't buy here. Don't buy here, because you're going to suffer from these. You're going to be, you're going to suffer from these dumps. And you're going to hold, you're going to be holding your bags. And then what happens? You come up to here somehow, and I'll cut my losses and I'll get out. And then the market does this. Then you jump back in again, and then it does this. And then you're like, oh, I'll cut my losses and I'll get out again. It's a constant thing. XRP is not going to make you millionaires. XRP's already done that. XRP has already made billionaires. Do you know what I mean? Millionaires and billionaires have been made around this time. Because if you look carefully, this is where XRP was 0.0. Those, like, what's it called? Like the Shiba Inu type of prices. That's where this was. Do you know what I mean? So it was pennies. And it's made millionaires and billionaires at this price. Now everyone is just hopeful. Majority of the people that actually sold here are still holding here. They're still waiting. So you're going to have all of these guys who didn't sell here. If they are still holding, they're going to be dumping as soon as it goes there. And remember what I said, when it goes up and down, you come back to the level close enough, and when you break even, you're, oh, okay, I'm getting out of this. That's it, I've had enough. That's what people do. Do you know what I mean? That's what people do. So just be logical. If you've made money, just take your initial out. That's what I'm going to say. There's no harm being in XRP. Just take your initial out. I had some XRP at 16 cents. It was some leftovers from way back here. Somewhere back here. I had some XRP, which I actually sold around, and I kept it. It wasn't much anyway. It was a few $100s worth. I didn't sell here. When it came back to my slightly over my buying cost, which was around 16 cents, I believe. It was around 16 cents. I was still double, so I did sell. I got rid of all my XRP. I've never held any since then. So that's just me. But yeah, just be careful. People talking about crash, now talking about ADA crash or whatever crash, right? Talking about is great. Where's the proof? That's the question. Where is the proof? That's what you need to ask them. So if you've gone somewhere or you've seen an article or anything, it doesn't matter what you've seen, right? Let's get this. So it doesn't matter where you've seen an article regarding Cardano and this and that, and they say it's going to crash. Fine, what's the proof? That's what you need to ask, right? Look at what Cardano is. This is the previous all-time high, 2017 launch, and then this is the dump, and we went to similar like Ripple. We went to like pennies, right? And look where we are now. You know, everyone doubted it, but look where we are now. And we've just been creating higher highs, right? Is it going to crash? Everything crashes. Nothing goes one way. But when it does crash, what do we expect? How far can it go? And it's pretty much similar to, as I showed you about Solana. When we see something going parabolic, right? When we see something going parabolic, what can we expect? And leave all the Fibonacci's and everything away. This is what we see. And when we see this, amazingly, and I'll draw it for you and you'll understand. Doesn't matter what the high was. If we come down, it's always going to be, the worst case scenario is always around 50%. But here it's showing about 30%. So of course we might have a 30% crash. So what? But one thing you got to understand, if the crypto market, so we're talking about Bitcoin, right? Entire Bitcoin market. Let me show you this. Right, we're talking about the entire Bitcoin market takes a bit of a dump. Well, it's adios my amigos to everybody. Do you know what I mean? That's the end of the bull market. I told you, you can use Bitcoin as a indicator of the bull market. So when we are doing these kind of moves, that's we're in a bull market. When Bitcoin's sitting around here, we're not in a bull market. Do you know what I mean? So we use this as an indicator. That's all we're doing. We're just using this specific setting. We don't need the 200 AO50. We just need the log, right? So let's get rid of it. We'll get rid of this, right? And all we need is this picture. That's all we need. And that gives us an indication, are we in a bull market or are we in a bear market? And I told you before, if we're below this blue line, all right, we're not officially in a bull market. If we're above or below or around this white line, these are the best times to buy as much as you can, right? And then when we go around here, we are testing these levels. As soon as we pop above this blue line, right, this is when we go parabolic. So of course, I mean, you can use this as a bull market. Say, yeah, this is a bull market. So when we're coming from here to there, of course, it's bullish, right? We're pumping up, right? It's all good. But we don't go parabolic and we don't do market tops unless we go above this line. Technically, this was a local top. That's fine. But we didn't go parabolic. This means the cycle still can continue. Now, when we talk about cycle continuing, let me get rid of some of this stuff for you. Let me delete this and I'll come back to this again because I don't save. So that's why I've got the benefit of coming back to my charts. So say for example, I'm just going to give you a good example here to understand bull run and dumps and this and that. So BTC does this for another few months to a few years. You know, look at the drawing and you'll understand what I'm trying to say. I haven't gone top. This is what it does. Did BTC go into a bull run? Did BTC go parabolic? Of course not, right? But what you'll find is once you start putting lines from where we are today and you put this line, what you'll notice is even though BTC didn't go above the blue line and go parabolic into the millions or hundreds of thousands, look what it's been doing. It's on a curve, and that can only happen because of the supply reduction. So because supply is low, demand is high. This is happening. So you can see how this works. We don't go back to these prices. You know, if we did, that would be a black swan event. But history, we've just been going up, right? So that's why I use this log chart to do it. I know a lot of people don't like it. I know a lot of people say you shouldn't use a log chart. Absolutely. But by using it, I'm able to see something that many people don't. And I use this as an indicator to tell me when the bull run starts. So when I come around here, say for example, around this level here, this area here, that's a good time to buy. Anywhere on this white line is a good time to buy. And then once, you know, if we start even a very basic, right, and I'll show you this, what I mean. Let's get rid of this. All right, so even if we do a basic, so we're down here and we're sticking around here for the next few years, and everyone's, oh, bear market, we're in a bear market. And I'm getting excited because we're bear market, right? You know, I'll put it on a red. This is a bear market. And then all of a sudden what happens is we come down here and then we start moving back up again, up to this line, right? And I'm going to call this a bull market. That's a bull market. And then I'm going to draw one more line and I'm going to say, well, then what happens? All of a sudden we go parabolic and we come here. And I put another color here. What do you see here? One of the things that a lot of people don't actually understand or see, and this is why you have to really understand this. What? Get out of here. Oh, let's see what's going on. See, I always make this mistake. Right, so one of the things that you don't understand is a lot of people don't understand is down here. This is bear market, of course, right? But what you need to realize is this zone here, right? Eventually, when we come out in a few months, a few years time, we're going to be higher than this. So is it really a bear market? And then if we go forward in time and we follow this level here and we put a little line here and we say, okay, let's put a line here. This line, even though we're in a bear market, is higher than this previous line. Do you know what I mean? And then say, for example, in the future, we're still below this blue line and we're down here. We're still higher than all of this and every other previous highs we've ever had. You know, and then all of a sudden, a few years later or a few months later, we come back and we do this all-time high and look at the prices. So you see what I mean? So is a bear market really a bear market, and is a bull market really a bull market? Because when we know something has a supply, a supply ratio cut, right? So the supply is being reducing constantly, and we know the last coin comes out in 2140. And we know that the demand is high, and we know that whenever you go and tell people, have you heard of cryptocurrency? And they will say, yeah, we heard of Bitcoin. Do you know what I mean? So when you know that's happening, and when you know every institution, every ATM machine, everything around the world will one day be giving you Bitcoin from an ATM, where are they going to get it from? They're not getting it. They're just reducing the supply. Do you see what I mean? That's what's happening. So I hope this kind of makes sense to you, what I'm showing you here, right? And of course, right now in the short term, to be honest, what I'm expecting in the short term, if this bull run goes parabolic, then we can expect to go to these prices, right? So ultimately, we can expect to go to these prices. But that's where we will top out. Do you know what I mean? That's where we'll top out. So hope that kind of makes sense. But you know what? A lot of the questions, a lot of the time, people ask, you know, when will this do this or that do this, or when will this crash or that will crash? There's a time for a crash. When Bitcoin or Ethereum crashes, so tomorrow if Ethereum dumps by say 100 billion here, I'm sure it will take down Bitcoin as well. So even though I say Bitcoin is king, it will still have an effect on the market. And when that happens, well, you've got 11,000 and whatever coins, they're all going to be affected. Do you know what I mean? But as long as these guys are holding, then these guys have a chance to pump up, right? And this is clearly demonstrated in this Ethereum chart, for example. Look, Ethereum didn't do anything. Solana, Cardano, this, that, you name it, everything started pumping. But now Ethereum's moving. Those other guys are holding back a little bit because they can't move, because that's where the all the emotion, all the energy is going in now. You know, when we had BTC, for example, when it had its dump, right? When it had its dump, down here, you know, the entire market reacted, right? And then when BTC started becoming a little bit positive, well, guess what? The entire market's reacting. Think about it, right? We went close to almost $1 trillion on the global market cap, right? This global market cap here went almost close to $1 trillion, 1.2, I believe it was, right? Look at it. And it's back now. $1 trillion re-entered. $1 trillion re-entered. So that changes people's mood, sentiments, and everything. And that's where we basically start pumping. I hope this kind of makes sense, right? So that's what's going on, you know. And I told you, when we see volume dropping in USDC, it starts pumping into others. And look who's leading today, where all the money's going in. You can see this by just looking at the volume. The positive volume, that means a lot more buys are happening on Ethereum, a lot less on it. This, a lot less here, a lot less here. Right, a lot more here, a lot more here. You see what I mean? But this has got the highest amount of buys right now, and everything else is being used to buy this. Even BTC is being converted to this, even USDT. So this is how we see Solana's being converted to this. So that's how you know, it's like, it's a way of kind of checking where is all the volume going. You know, right now we can see majority of it's going into the Ethereum, and a lot of people are probably thinking Eth2.0 is coming out on the 2nd of September. No, it's not. That hasn't been organized yet. So I just hope this helps. Guys, if you're new to the channel, like, share, subscribe, smash that like button, and remember, we do have a Discord server where you can come and join. So yeah, you can see here, for example, everybody that comes and joins, you can come and join and enjoy, and come and enjoy some music or whatnot, and all sorts of other crazy stuff here. Who's chatting here? Let's have a look. Look at this, right? It will always constantly send things. So here we got BSN has partnered with Metaverse Society to launch the South Korean BSN portal operating in November. So we're always going to get updates and everything. This has all been set up. But yeah, it should be insane. Yeah, I can see. And also one thing I like about this is if you've missed a message, it will tell you which was the new message. That's the beautiful thing about this, right? And as I said, there's so many different stuff going on. And as you can see, the whole stream, I've still been listening to music. So this music you're listening to is actually coming from here. The whole stream is brilliant. And also I've noticed we can do video chats. This is insane, right? We can actually do video calls here as well. So this is what we're going to do. I'm not going to use Zoom or Meet or whatever. I've got myself everything, an all-in-one solution. So I'm going to do it from there basically. So that should be insane. But yeah, other than that, market looking super solid. I wouldn't worry too much. Short term, chill out. But yeah, whenever somebody asks for whenever someone says this one's going to dump or this one's going to pump, just ask for a proof. I mean, obviously pump is a different story. You know, how high is the market going to go? Nobody knows. Nobody has a crystal ball. But when it's going to dump, we do actually know how it's going to dump, or how far it's going to dump, or why it's going to dump, based on news, sentiment, or even just a simple chart. So is Cardano going to dump? Yeah, it might dump up to this level. I hope this kind of answers your question. And obviously, actually, there we go. So yeah, we can see a possible 30% dump, right? So if that's the answer you were looking at, possible 30% dump. But ultimately, this is all respecting the fibs as well. So even the fibs are here. Actually, I need to change the fib because now we are here. You see, this was a previous fib. So this is the current fib. So if we put the current fib here, we can see the projection is a lot more. It's taking us to that $4 level that we were talking about. So other than that, guys, I'm not going to waste any more time. I've got to go. I just realized it's 10 past 4 here and I've got to get ready, go and have a shower. So yeah. But yeah, other than that, guys, I hope this was informative and I hope it answered all your questions. And yeah, just peace and love. And you see where we go. You know, I'm still waiting for this date, so anything, I won't get excited until the 18th. So, and also remember, the 20th of September is a very important day, so just follow that. Make sure that's something you're following, and we go from there and see how it goes. So I hope this was a pleasant stream. I hope you like all the little gimmicks and graphics that we got, and all the chat. Now you can actually see the chat as well. I hope you like that. And there's a few other bits and bobs as well. I did actually check earlier on, and they do react really nice. So yeah, and especially the XP part. So there's an XP thingy on the corner here. That's hilarious, right? Where if somebody new subscribes, they can actually defeat me or my target and then create a brand new XP and whatnot, and it's quite interesting. So yeah, I hope to see you guys, and remember the after party starts on the Discord. So if you have any questions or anything like that, you can always come on Discord and ask me there, and I'm happy to answer to you. Yeah, other than that, like, share, subscribe. Adios, my amigos.